What's up? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Nomadic Gemini, and today I wanted to talk about male and female energy. And it's a topic that's been on my mind a lot recently, and I feel like a lot of people don't really understand it, so I thought I'd make a video on it. So, what exactly is male and female energy? I like to think of it as an energetic frequency that human beings can tap into based on their actions, their beliefs, their ideas, and their habits. These energetic frequencies have existed since the dawn of man and play a very crucial role in human cultural evolution. Now, a good way to understand male and female energy is to look at the yin and yang symbol because they're very similar. In its essence, male energy is very direct, it's very narrow, it's very focused, while female energy is very creative, it's very random, it flows like a river. Like the yin and yang symbol, male and female energy is all about balance. Focusing on male energy is like having tunnel vision. It's very good at getting you from point A to point B. Male energy is all about breaking down the pieces and examining each one and finding its correlation to each other to gain a deeper understanding of the topic at hand. It's like a bulldozer. It's very efficient and effective at getting a task done relatively quickly and, with no real complications. However, when you constrict the ability that male energy plays in a human being, they tend to get very aggressive and confrontational as a result. And because of that, when male energy is manifested in higher quantities, it tends to disregard other viewpoints and it tends to cling on to the ideology that it pursues. Now on the other side, we have female energy, and female energy is all about looking at the whole and gaining a deeper understanding through that way. It's all about expression and creativity. Female energy is fluid, it's curved, it cannot be confined within boundaries. Female energy is quite literally infinite expression and creation. It can go anywhere, it can do anything. Female energy is all about flow, and when that flow is constricted or broken, ideas, mood, emotions tend to run rampant, causing mental chaos. The creativity that once helped it can become jumbled, it can lack structure, and as a result, it becomes confusing and hard to understand. And these energies directly relate to a concept that I'm sure most of you have heard of, the left brain and the right brain. The male energy side of the brain is the left brain, and that is mostly because the left brain focuses on linear thinking, sequencing, and facts, and that's because it views things in a very orderly and structured way. Now, female energy represents the right side of the brain. That's because the right side of the brain focuses on intuition, imagination, the arts, holistic thinking. It sees things through the felt presence of you experiencing thisness. Now, what role does male and female energy play in our society today? Well, as a society, we are overwhelmingly left-brained, and so much so to a point that some people even try to cut out female energy from their lives entirely. And because of this energetic imbalance, male energy has run rampant within society today and is the reason why most of the world is in disarray and is honestly falling apart at the seams. Our obsession with materialistic reductionist science is severing our connection with spirit, as Graham Hancock likes to say. And because of scientism and left brain dominance, things like astral projection, channeling, altered states of consciousness can't be logically understood by many people on this planet currently, because you can't force feelings and expressions into boxes. To truly understand them, they must be felt on a subjective level, not rationally understood through logic and sequencing. This is why female energy is so important, because it allows you to view these different subjects in a new light. Now, being predominantly left-brained isn't necessarily a bad thing. It only becomes problematic when you view male energy or the left brain as higher or more superior to the right brain or female energy. Let me give an example. Let's say I'm talking about the economical, political, environmental, and humanitarian crises currently happening globally. Now, someone who, for the most part, disregards right brain thinking will say, well, why don't you look into each crisis, because they're very complex and separate issues. And this is a great example of how male energy looks at parts instead of looking at the whole picture which is the fact that humanity as a species is in disarray due to all of these crises instead of just looking at one. And as a left-brained culture, we love to subjugate these issues into their own little separate boxes, and as a result fail to see the bigger picture and mass malevolence at play here. As I talked about earlier, the whole point of male and female energy is to reach equilibrium with each, and that's called the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Now let's talk about how to move towards each, starting with the divine masculine. If you want to move towards the divine masculine, you need to stand for something that you truly resonate with. And it could be anything. It could be a movement, it could be a lifestyle, it can be an idea, but whatever it is, you need to make sure that in your heart of hearts you believe it to be true. You see, focusing your energy around something you truly believe is a surefire way to live a deeply satisfying and fulfilling life. And by doing this, you are awakening your divine masculine, because male energy loves to protect and serve. I want you to ask yourself, what do I stand for? That may be easy for some of you and it may be hard, but it's all about spending time with yourself and finding out what truly resonates with you at your core. And I think a huge problem with today's cultural ideology is that men are still taught to hide their emotions like it's some taboo thing to do. We need to learn to fully express the broad spectrum of emotions that each human being holds. And this is a huge part of figuring out who you are as a person. And it's okay to cry. In fact, I encourage it, because crying is the #1 way to release and come to terms with repressed emotions. Part of accessing the divine masculine is to become fully in touch with your emotions. And I know this is a very feminine trait, but if you want to grow both mentally and emotionally, you need to let this societal construct go that men need to keep their emotions bottled up inside, because it's just not healthy. Now, let's talk about the divine feminine. Something female energy focuses on is creativity, and this is crucial if you want to awaken the divine feminine. And the more as a collective we learn to embrace feminine energy, the more creative we will become as a species. You have to express your emotions without allowing this cultural filter to sever your connection with your higher self. Don't allow society to dictate how you feel. This just leads to an endless rabbit hole of unnecessary internal conflict within your mind. Divine feminine energy is all about creative expression, and the more you learn to channel that energy, the better off you will be in almost all aspects of your life. And feminine energy is very playful by nature, so just take a second to smell the roses. Has anybody ever said to you, cheer up? Because it's not bad advice. And I've learned that if you want to awaken the divine feminine, you need to be more lighthearted and humorous, because that is a direct route to opening your heart space. Life is simply too short to be sitting around complaining about what you hate in this world, because that will get you nowhere fast. When you learn to open up both emotionally and mentally, you begin to see life for the crazy game that it truly is. So, thanks for watching my video. If you made it this far, definitely give it a like and subscribe, because I got a lot more content coming and I'll be rolling that out pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, just have a great day and stay happy.